Welcome back to part 2 of our interview on the red couch. And you came to yoga through a dare or something?
I lost a bet.
Oh, you lost a bet.
Yeah, I lost a bet. I have an older sister, and we're kind of Irish twins. We're very close in age, and she's been into yoga forever. And we'd go on vacation, and she'd be doing yoga, and she'd be jumping up and jumping back and chaturanga, and I'd be like, don't do that in front of me. You're embarrassing me. Go do that somewhere else. Because I just didn't really get it. And I moved to the beach from an inland part of inland area of Los Angeles to the beach, and I was so happy to get back to the beach.
Yeah.
And when you live in LA, you know, you deal with traffic, smog, crime, and being at the beach kind of minimizes all of those things.
Yeah.
You have a little bit fresher air. So I thought, you know, as I said before, I worked out with Jane Fonda, and I worked out with Billy Blanks, and before that, I've always been exercising. But I've always been in a gym, you know, I would consider myself kind of a gym rat. And we moved to the beach, and I thought, I'm a gym rat no more. I'm going to, you know, run on the beach, bike on the beach. The California beach where I lived is very vertical. So there's like, you know, 100 steps down to the beach. So I'm thinking, I'm going to run the steps. And I'll do things outside that get my heart rate going, and I'll enjoy the beach. And then I moved in October, and then it started to rain, like November, December. And I decided, okay, when it rains in LA, it's not like Florida. You don't wait a minute, you wait a month, because it's going to rain, and there's going to be landslides and mudslides. So I joined a gym, and I was kind of back in that faster, harder, better situation again, on treadmills, doing like step classes, and nothing against that, because I've done a lot of it.
Sure.
But those types of experiences are what I call having out-of-body experiences, where you're, and we've all done this, I think, and I've done it a lot, so it's not an indictment on anybody.
Sure.
On the treadmill, iPhone, iPod in the ear, you know, a stack of People magazines, 18 televisions running by, and still yet hoping a girlfriend comes by so you can chat her up for 45 minutes. So the whole experience of moving your body can just be forgotten, and you could just, almost like a rat, you know, just on a treadmill. So I kind of got back into that again. It was 45 minutes and go do some weights. And I met this girl. She was a trainer and a teacher. She's like, come do my yoga class. I'm like, I don't do yoga. You know. I'm very busy.
Too slow for me.
I'm very busy. I have to go. And she goes, well, no, you'll like my yoga class. And the big mistake that I made, that I think a lot of people make, is they take a yoga class, and there's going to be a long list of reasons why you either like it or you don't like it.
Sure.
And in my case, my first yoga class, probably, I don't know, in the early 90s, I basically thought it was a waste of time, like literal, a waste of time. I am busy, I have to go. My time at the gym is now done, and I have to go dry cleaning, laundry, dentist, school, tutoring.
Something important.
You know, for me, my time was over, and I just wasted my time. I didn't feel like I got anything out of it. So I took yoga, and I just threw it off a cliff. Thought, I don't like yoga.
So what happened with this class that you did like?
This class was different. This class was different. First of all, it was a style of yoga called Vinyasa Flow Yoga, and it tends to be a moving style of yoga. So it's not a restorative yoga. I took a restorative class. I didn't know that. They just called it yoga. We laid down and did a few twists, but this one actually moved your body through space, challenged you physically. It's a physical practice.
Yeah.
A lot of it is a physical practice. So I was challenged. There were no mirrors in the room, so that was a big deal. I was just turning 40, and I was trying to figure out, kind of panicking a little bit, like, how am I going to keep this whole package together?
Yeah, how?
How do you grow older gracefully? Oh my God, I'm 40. What now? And I felt strong in yoga, doing things in yoga that I hadn't done in a long time.
Yeah.
Harkened back to my childhood, being upside down, standing on your head, things that you automatically think of, oh, that's for kids, you know, kids do that. Well, we you know, big kids want to do those kinds of things too. So after that first yoga class, actually, it took me a while to get in there. I actually lost a bet and had to take her out to dinner. The yoga class kind of stayed with me. almost like a meal. Like I felt satisfied, and I wanted more, of course, but I wasn't like ravenous for it. But I wanted more, and like, one of my favorite people is Dennis Prager. He's a syndicated talk show host out of Los Angeles, and he says, the first word out of a baby's mouth is usually
Mama.
It's usually Dada.
Oh.
Close enough. And the second word is
cheese.
Mama.
No. That was my son's first word, cheese.
Yeah. And the third word is more. I want more of Dada. And I want more of Mama.
Yeah, that's
so
nice.
when you find something you like, could I have some more, please? So after that first yoga class, I wanted more. I wanted to know what was next. So I went back, and her class only happened twice a week, and I was really enjoying it. And then I decided to become a teacher, and because yoga teachers are like chefs. We all start with a basic same ingredients, and it's how we prepare it that makes for the experience. And I had an idea of how I wanted to play it.
How did you want to play it?
I wanted to play it more from how do we get happy? What's stopping you from being happy? And a lot of it is up here, and an equal amount of it is here. I had a lot of unhappiness because of my pain, and my physical pain turned into mental anguish, and then it's a cycle. They feed each other.
Yeah.
So I wanted people to, first of all, just feel like they were doing something, moving through space, stretching their bodies. Stress from anything, from I have to make a speech, I have a test, I have to interview for a job, anything that brings up stress actually lives in your body like a physical, it takes up space, like socks in a drawer. And they hide, and stress hides. And yoga, it's pretty physical, it's pretty understandable. You stretch something.
Yeah.
Yoga does this, you twist.
Yeah.
Like if you think about it like washing your clothes.
Yeah.
This is what happens in the washing machine. You twist, you add water, then you take it out, and you hang it on the line, and you air it out. Well, that's the way we get to the stress in our bodies, is we twist and we stretch. And instead of adding water, we add our breath. And then we hang it on the line.
Just reminded me to take a breath.
Yeah. And it's a daily practice.
Yeah.
It's a daily practice, and it's a layering process.
Yeah. Speaking of breathing, I would love it if you would share just a simple breathing technique. I know there's many, many different kinds.
Yep.
But what's something that you can just do anywhere and is easily accessible? You don't if you have a certain limitation, it doesn't matter. Like just something you can do anywhere.
Well, one that I like to do is I like to just close my ears.
Okay. Can I still hear you?
So I just couldn't hear you. But if you close your ears.
Yeah. Now I can hear my breathing.
Yeah, that's the only thing you hear. And it really, it kind of grabs you.
Oh, I forgot you were there. No, it's neat.
It's a little bit like if you are in the bathtub and you go underwater.
Yeah.
Or putting your ear on someone's chest and like really listening really carefully for their breath. It kind of shakes everything loose.
Yeah.
Meaning, if you can control your breath, you can control how you feel about something. And a lot of times we don't know how to control our breath. Well, where is it? Well, if you close your ears, you'll hear it.
Yeah.
And when you can hear it, then you can actually do something with it. You can slow it down. You can speed it up. If you're feeling lethargic, you could breathe in and out. You could do that and do a diaphragm breathing to wake you up. You could, try that instead of coffee in the morning.
Yeah. Well,
or we go
I'm not
to sleep.
sure about that.
People have sleeping problems.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't like to be on airplanes. Dentist chair.
Yeah.
It's a way to just kind of go inside and listen And one of my mottos is, the more you breathe, the more you feel. And the more you feel, the more you have an opportunity to heal what's going on with you.
That's my favorite thing. I've been a yoga teacher for 25 years. We have different schools that we studied with, but that your breathing is always with you. Like you don't need any props, you don't need a mat, you don't need to be anywhere special. That's my favorite part about.
Yoga is wherever you are.
Right.
Yeah, you don't need the luxury of a studio or even a mat. I'm sure that they weren't doing yoga on mats, you know.
A couple thousand years ago. Yeah.
No, they were just stretching. In fact, the yoga poses that we do today are simulating all the ways that humans actually need to move.
Yeah.
You know, our physical, you know, 100,000-year-old bodies don't know that we're not like rooting around in the garden anymore or washing our babies down the river, and the guys aren't climbing trees and chasing after monkeys, and we women aren't putting our houses on our backs and trudging, you know, following the guys that are following the monkeys.
Right.
You know, so we sit in chairs. But yoga, the poses of yoga, put your body through the paces of what the human body actually needs to do to stay fit.
Yeah.
When the body's fit, you have a fit place for your spirit to live. That's really what it's all about.
Yeah.
Fit place for your mind, because your mind can control just about everything.
Yeah, I mean, everybody, the yoga poses that most of us do are sitting, sitting with our arms out like this, driving, laying down, or standing and waiting in line. I mean, they're just so basic. There's no...
Punching over.
Yeah,
Punching over.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yoga reminds us to, you know, stand tall, open things up, and just listen. Just listen. Just listen. Your breath is what I call your best friend. You know, if you listen to her or him, you will hear the truth. You'll hear the truth.
I like that.
Yeah. It's good. I want everybody to do yoga. And there's yoga for everybody. That yoga class that I took that I didn't like, it's great for a lot of people.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I wanted to ask you what, you know, like if you had a juicy secret for living your life with happiness and success, what would your secret be? Well,
it's obvious, right? I would say to do yoga. But it's intimidating for a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know, do I need a mat? I don't know the studio. I don't know the rules.
Right.
It's so everywhere right now.
Yep.
You know, I used to have a class called Yoga for Guys, and now it's like, yeah, of course guys do yoga. You know, they used to think it was just for girls.
Right.
So the secret is there's no secret.
Yeah.
You know, one of the best classes I ever gave was to a group of women from a church that were going to meet at a student of mine in Los Angeles. So, well, how many people are coming? She goes, oh, between 20 and 30. I said, okay, well, what are their ages so I can just, you know, plan a proper routine? She said, oh, they're all your age. They're all, you know, they're all in their 40s, maybe some earlier, maybe some older. Well, they just kept coming in and coming in. And sure enough, they were church ladies, all in like 60s and 70s. And I'm thinking, okay, how many chairs do you have in this house? So she brought out all of her chairs. And the oldest student was near 90.
Wow.
Sitting on a chair. All we were doing was lifting our arms up and just breathing. And she started to cry. She said, I haven't done that. I've never done that. That made me feel so good.
Wow.
So just moving, you know, it doesn't have to even be called yoga.
Yeah.
Because yoga is just the unification of when your breath mingles with your movements, and you're aware of it.
Right.
You know, our breath is always mingling with our movements.
True.
But we're so distracted by everything else that's going on. So if you're just sitting and just moving an arm or moving a leg, you're basically doing yoga. So that's the secret. There's no secret.
I love that.
Yeah.
And I have loved having you on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
It's really my honor. Thank you for asking me.
Thank you for joining us
On the Red Couch.